Now, okay, so what I want to do is make sure I listen to all my students first who need me. So whatever you need, that comes first. Then after that, we're going to talk about hobo or refeed. And then we say, now it's weekend. Okay? So, um, I love to see you here, Nancy Staneland. You're such a rock star. You have an amazing face. I just go there to look at your photos. So anyway, do we have anyone who needs help today, who are struggling or wondering or think they should know something but don't really know? No? Nobody? Oh, wow, everyone has. Okay, Leah, great. Okay. Leah, at your service.
Okay, I had to figure out how to turn off the microphone. Hi, everybody. Hi, Pauline. Today you wanted to give me some coaching, I guess, on some posts that I had from this week. I have a couple notes or some questions. I'm dialing in my diet. I'm usually about 1550 to 75. So you want me to scale back about 25 calories to 1500, 1550 area. Keep the refeeds at 2000. Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, both you and Michelle kind of threw a little like a kick to me when you're like, what is this going on? So Michelle said, I was like, hey Pauline, you know I've been doing this. And then you were like, I felt like, wait, do you realize what I'm trying to do? The only thing, like you could do your thing the way you do and completely forget about that. My intention is you gotta understand what's gonna happen now. Now, when you have achieved a certain amount, you're gonna notice how the mind starts to go back on you. You're gonna have a rebellion. You're gonna have, why am I doing this? And then you're gonna have a gym where you notice that your body isn't what you had in mind that moment, and that can kind of be slap, and you just hit. All of a sudden, there's a cook in your hand, and then I can have this refeed, and there you go. It's so easy to go back to that. And that is only why I'm doing it. So I felt like, oh man, I should just not interfere because they don't understand what I mean. Because it's not that someone should police, and it's not that you have to change that. It's just in one decision making wrong, you can go completely just sabotage. And if that becomes so depressive, feeling, oh, why did I do this? So shocking, right? Because
Yeah,
everyone wants to be so perfect, and you have that tendency. You're type
yeah.
A, you want to be perfect, perfect. Michelle's the same way. I'm like, at some point, you guys have to just, you're going to break down. If you don't, you're in prison. You
Yeah,
see what I mean? It's like, I don't trust you, either of you, thinking, what is discipline? Because you are so policey, both of you.
yeah. It's a hard thing to break out of, I think, because you learn the rules of everything, and then I got the Holy Trinity going, and I love my body. It's like every morning's Christmas morning. I'm excited to see all the changes. And I've been working to be consistent instead of perfect, but that thing is still there. It seems like it's just kind of built in, and that's something you have to practice is if you indulge or you go over, you have to let it go. You have to keep moving on because otherwise I would let it dwell. And then I would just keep eating stuff, figuring, okay, well, I messed up. So I may as well just get this all out of my system. And instead of going 1,000 calories over, I'm eating like 8,000 calories in one day. And then that messes with your head and it's hard to get back into the routine. So being
So,
being strict is
so I just know, like, for instance, just so you know, my reality now. If I, let's say, like this week, my body suddenly have this kind of, I don't know if I fat it up all of a sudden or I'm just having a runny nose, and then I have to go through that same. The thing that has been my fight my whole life, as in understanding how to interpret my body. Every time my body was alive, I just completely didn't understand, because when you lean one day and then the next day you have done exactly the same you should do, and you're just 5 pounds up and you're flabby, you look like nothing else. How do you stay cool believing this? And nobody can tell you what you should think. So knowing that now, this week was interesting then to kind of noticing how I'm not as motivated about training. I don't really want to train as hard because I don't have the body I love to look at, right? So, and when you're at my level, it's really about like peaking. Like my body is so sensitive, like a Ferrari, like any little change is like different. That is why bodybuilders like have to peak at the peak. It's like really about aligning that moment when you're gonna be on your best. Now you're gonna hit it and perform. That's what I demand my body to be at every day. So you imagine, like, there's no way, but I wanted it that way. So now this week I thought, okay, so how are these women going to handle it? I thought then, if I handle it this way, that when I'm not seeing the same progression, like it looks like I reverted, but I didn't. How do you mentally keep on doing what doesn't look like it's working? You still have to keep going. So that is what I'm wondering,
yeah.
how you do that, Leah. What is your plan when you notice? Let's say you have a whole week, your body looks bad, and you have not done anything wrong. You followed. What are you going to do then? How are you going to say?
I don't have those fears, at least not yet, because of the podcast and because you post about it and you talk about this. And I can see it. I had the 3,000 calorie refeed. I think it was July 4th. And the next day my hands were swollen and my work pants were really tight, but I measured everything. I counted everything, and I knew it was just, also, I drank like half a gallon of water in the middle of the night. You suggested it was my food. It was the sodium.
Yes.
I was bloated, but I know that I didn't eat anything I wasn't supposed to. So I don't have those fears because you talk about it a lot. So I anticipate that.
Okay, good. So Leah, just let me in there. Okay. So this is really good. Okay. So let's say what I have offered to the world, but as in I'm helping other people do it. My delivery of that has helped you to see solutions. So you don't sit with this conundrum every day like I did, that there was nobody. So that's great. Now, here's a really good thing that everyone, this is lesson for beginners, but also people who have been around for a long time are still in diet prison. What you have here going on is typically what happens is this. On a regular day, we talk about fighter diet, the days that make you lean. The refeeds do not make you lean at all. Because if there was to get lean is eating more, everyone would be super shredded in this world. They're not. Yeah. So we know that. It's just, it has to be a certain way. So I lost my train. I was talking, the beginning. Okay. So now most people who start a diet without me saying they should, because they're listening to everyone else, cut out the sodium, drop the sodium, out the carbs. And everyone is like, I dropped 5 pounds. And I'm just like, okay, because what I know is going to happen, the boomerang. So then everyone is happy Monday through Friday, and then here comes the first refeed. And the people are unaware, so they're picking something that is extra salty, like just like pickles, or something that is low calorie, or something that is just extra seasoning, or it's heat wave. We have to salt the meals. And then what happens when you take out salt and then reintroduce it? Right. Now, here's another thing with women. Women who have ovulation, or when the hormones go up, usually draws in salt. Salt can attract 50 grams of water per gram of salt. I suck it crazy. So you can really be like a balloon without, and I have so many times I have made it a lesson be earlier in the days to show, I'm going to salt everything today. You're going to see my body shredded today. And then the next day I'm going to look like I never even looked at a diet my whole life. And then you're going to see how that just suddenly, I'm like shredded again. And in that process, you're going to notice how a lean body, you can only see it when lean, it's like I'm getting super veiny and muscular and like so strong and everything. That's what we do for bodybuilding shows if you know how to do it. You do it on purpose, and then like that the most moments. So the best way to not have that effect, Leah, is to really sure that you're salting everything all the time and not eating extra salty. But here's another thing. When you are doing the leanness, what you're doing now, Leah, you are making a deficit. You're training your body to tap into fat and do that. That means that your body's going to have like a sponge effect. It's waiting for you to refuel the cabinet. It's waiting, and all your fat cells are going to be like that. They're just waiting. They know. And your mind is like, don't you worry, hard darling. She's going to give up. That's the body. So in that moment, you're going to have it. So if you felt swollen like that and the big, and you know, it's just the way it is. But if you don't want that effect, just know, salt your meals. But if you don't salt it, you're going to have that effect coming. So that's really good for everyone to know the first refeed.
The big refeed too that I had, I was obsessed with thinking about food. You know, those little things you pick up, you put on your face and you click and you see images. That was my brain all day. Food. And then once I had the big refeed and I could chew and I was stuffed and I was full, I couldn't even eat the 3,000 calories because I couldn't eat anymore. The last 2 weeks, my brain has been nice and calm. Adherence has been really easy. I feel like I'm on cruise control. I'm not stressed about food. So even though it's bloated, it helps.
Now I have to cut you there because I have to coach you in between or I forget everything. You see my chicken head goes off. So now this is really good. But how long did it take from the refeed? First of all, I say that you should you're going to get more out of your refeed and your eating and your whole life if you learn to master discipline during the lunch and not have a big lunch so you have more calories other places. I'm just saying you can do that and kind of just hydrate and stay that, because with the gym culture, all or nothing, you can work it to that level. So let me ask you, how many days after the refeed did you feel like your body has rebounded and become to a better version, as in you feel more lean than before, or didn't that happen?
It took me about 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but I did look nice and full. Even though I didn't look quite as lean in certain areas, my muscles looked full. I still look good.
So did the scale change from day before the refeed to the day 5?
I didn't weigh myself.
All
I
right.
didn't want to know.
So the reason, here's another thing. When you are losing fat, ladies, and you have trained at some time in life, you're going to have the mind ghost play your game too. And it's going to tell you when you're losing weight, if you're doing anything, you're going to start noticing, maybe I should fuel up because the muscles need to pump up a little bit. So then everyone loves to eat up and you look bigger and buffer and everyone's happy until then you're stuck with the fat. So it's just a little bit of a cute change that you get puffed up. It's like that commercial with the chickens, the ones who get so pumped up and plumped up, so like that, right? And there's no meat. So that is what we do. And then you end up noticing that you don't have that much muscle, there's still fat on top. So 5 days is a little bit like too long time to kind of rebound for a weekly refeed. So did you go back now to 500 as like the 1500, well, 2000, was that the week after?
Yeah. Okay.
And how was the reaction from your body after that, 2 days after? Did you start journaling?
Did I what?
Did you start journaling as you committed to?
I did. I have my journal here. Some of my notes. I did. It's kind of messy because I don't really have a plan, but I figured if I try to figure out too much how I'm going to journal, I'll never do it. So I just kind of started taking notes.
Okay, so here's my note for you. Make a note about your body condition, daily condition, what you wake up with, how you feel, what your body looks like, how, make your biofeedback. And then you're going to base it on the day before, because that's how it is usually. So it's only about that. Show up. What did I do? What is the consequence? And then that is day in day. You don't have to write about everything you feel all the time, because a lot of you guys, you have almost like you can use the community as your journal. Like, have an audience, have someone who's seeing you and have the post. Like you have your blog within the journal. Because if you journal everything, it's like, what are you going to do? You never read it anyway. So it's like, I don't read any of my journals ever. Like I have no interest. I just put it out.
I'm kind of recording like whether I slept, did I sweat, how do I feel, how many steps did I get in, what are my calories, just some of the basic stuff. Did I luxury poop or not? Stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, great. I love all those. Yes, everything that is like good on your bodies. You have to think about this. When you are not, this is what we all do. We go to the spot we want to see the most change, and then we get obsessed with that. And we refuse to look any other place because we want it here. And that is how you're never going to see anything, and you're going to get discouraged, because it would be like me waiting for my abs to come in first, when I was like, my butt has to be striated, which nobody woman can have, before my abs are going to say, okay, we can give up some fat. And that's also when I'm going to fatten up first all the time. So when we know our body, we can start looking. So it's so important to find those things that you notice. So what areas, Leah, have you noticed are kind of coming in, except I see your amazing guns, but you notice that your body's like picking here, and then how other areas are looking worse now when something else looks better?
Actually, I feel like it's all starting to kind of look better, even my butt. For a while there, the cellulite was really bad, but I knew that was just from the weight loss. And then as I keep working out and I keep trying to build, I know it's going to improve over time. So that's still there. Cellulite's a part of my life. I don't care. But my hips, for the first time, because I would lose even 30 pounds and I could still wear the same size jeans. But finally, I've leaned out enough that my hips are down. So when I started this initially, from the very beginning, I was a size 14, and I'm a size 4 work pants, and even those are falling off. I'm getting to be a size 2. So
and you know what? And then here, if you were in any other community, it would be women who are terrified about you now would say, "Oh, you're looking so thin now.
Yes.
Oh, you shouldn't be that size." I'm like, this is what you're gonna do to them.
I get that a lot. Oh, you're gonna disappear if you lose any more weight,
Yeah.
And how much weight
don't ever trust women if they're not fighter warriors. If I don't have an eye on them, don't trust them. Trust me. And I'm just gonna say that about women. Like I love you all, but women are catty. And you know, like I don't know. It's like I wish that the brotherhood of men. That is why. I mean, I'm just sorry, Sarah. Like why all my friends are men usually. It's like I don't understand this spheres between women. That is why women have always stabbed back. It's like in our genes, right? Because it's nature. But we should be more civilized by now. Like, what are we gonna win by that? So I'm happy that you have a place to go where you're strong and you're building muscle, you're strong and lean, and that is how it's gonna be, and keep on working it. So
it's been really rapid. And I think I told you I was washing my hands and I saw my arms and I'm thinking, am I getting too big? And
I saw that. I'm just like, I need to talk to her.
This is ridiculous. Because I don't look like that. I mean, sometimes in the mirror you get like a certain image, but I know if the camera isn't capturing it, I'm not there yet. Yeah.
Hey, Pavel has a really good story about that, because the first time when we were shooting, like the first two, when we were on this red sweater and so on, Pavel came to me thinking that Kellogg's K is healthy and fruit yogurt. He had a little muffin top, had no legs, but he was like, no, good, kept in shape. He didn't know what leg day is, leg curls and leg extension. Then he met me and we started to kind of mail. I wrote real letters and explaining how to eat and stuff to them. So I was already there like a teacher. We were pen pals. Like that has a Pavel charmed me. So, and then Pavel wanted to shoot when he got shredded. So he wanted me to take the photo. So I did. There was nothing. He thought he had a six-pack. And he just like, take a photo. And I took it. And he's like, take it again. I'm just like, and there was no muscle because he was not lean enough for the camera to pick it up. He was mad. He's just like, no, don't know how to take it. I'm like, okay.
I mean, the lightings and angles make a difference, but I'll try to take a picture of something I see in the mirror right in front of me, and I have 20 pictures and it's not there. And I'm like, I give up. It's not there.
And Leah, and for everyone, this is my reality. Okay, so every other comment, if I listen to people, it would be, oh, you're so scrawny, you're anorexic. The other one, you take steroids, nobody can be that jacked. I'm like, okay, are you going to agree on whatever I am? Because I'm everything. So whatever, it's like, it's so funny. But when I take photo, like, I can really feel like in my mind, I'm massive strong, right? We all know the feeling. Oh, and then we take the photo, the video, and then says, well, damn, I look so skinny. And that is so good to just in our community know that is how it is. It's always going to be like that. You are naturally going to be tiny in muscle size because nobody's a big monster. Plus, we have the wrong idea in here versus what is real. Plus, how do we know the camera is true? Because that's perception. It's how we interpret. And if you notice how the cameras have also changed throughout the years, they don't shoot the same and we don't interpret the same. Paul is, I mean, he's a photographer. He has seen that. It's not the same as you see how photos look back in the days versus now? It's crazy. So it's so important to just know that, when you take photos, including me, I feel scrawny, like, and in my mind, like, oh, I've never been this buff. Take the photo, like, oh man, shit, like, I can't even see it. I can't post this. I love my body. I cannot post it because people don't know how to handle. So you see, you have to know your tribe, or you're gonna just hate people.
And also, I don't want to say struggle, but sometimes I think, am I too tiny? But that's just because I was a size 14. Yeah. So in comparison, I've never been this small. I was a size 9 when I was in 4th grade. So I've never been this size before. But I feel like if I start posting my progress pictures, if I start looking unhealthy, you're going to say something to me. Are you under eating? Are you eating enough? What are you doing? What's going on? So I don't really worry about that.
No, it's like, it sounds like it has become so crazy in the world now that what clients are struggling with me, coming to me, is how they cannot eat and how they're so full. And I'm just like, honey bun, it's the worst. Don't you see, this is what everyone has been struggling, that makes people obese. Nobody, and here you are struggling. What is the solution? I have made it impossible for you to sabotage. And now that is going to make you cry. I mean, come on. So it's like so important to just like, do you understand what you're complaining about? You're so full. Dude,
Yes.
good. You don't have to eat.
That's a luxury. I know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure the beginners understand this is a luxury problem nobody had before Fighterdiet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to feel bad at all because I know my life is about eating. I love to eat. There's no way I'm going to do what women are doing and willing. When is the world going to stop being so willing to cry about being so starved and so, the little keto has to be because the whole world tells me apparently every woman wants to be on a diet. Oh, I suffer so much. I know why. Because every woman want to be told, it's okay, darling. Don't try it. Just give up. It's okay. Just eat the be fat. And I'm like, no, you're just an idiot because your body hates you. And you're not doing what your body needs. That's why your body is sending you messages to feel crap. Do you want to feel good? Do you want to take care of your body? Do you want to really hate your body with the rest of the body's world? Or do you want to stand up for yourself and be happy? If you can just find it in you to stand up for yourself, God damn it. Seriously. Like, sometimes I wonder if people are just so sucky for a crybaby in misery wants company and wants to be a victim. Almost like, oh, honey, oh, was your life so important? Oh, the world isn't nice enough. It's like, you cannot live a life like that. You have to kind of toughen up, right?
I think it's that, but I think it's a lack of true belief that they can do it. I think some people are just so tied to failure that they don't really believe that they can do it.
Yeah. And then
it's
there's
like
not enough
we'll
people.
see, we'll try.
There's not enough people who do it. So here's the thing. You all are so important because you walk the talk and I cannot be the only one. So that is why in my coaching, the worst thing is when everyone comes in and really wants a lot of attention, right? And then they kind of just forget that I'm not Jesus and you still have to work it. I can't purify your butt on my own. I can show you. You still have to do it. So it's like, you know, like I'm not a saint and like you didn't find me and all of a sudden everything just happens for you. Like, no, it's not like Ram. He's not going to be like his life just made in one day. One was shot down. Now he's like in heaven. So it's so important for you all to know that you are important in this, like to actually do and have the patience and not just give up like everyone else on the diet trend in the world. So yeah, you're really important, guys.
And that's why I like the community too. I feel like I pay it forward by commenting so much and posting so much because I had warriors that are still with us now before me that encouraged me and pushed me and got me there. And it's important to be here.
And the reason why I put Michelle on you just to have that is because I know when you're in a range where both you and Michelle are kind of, you're going to stick around this weight for a lot. But it's going to be so much change going on. And it's going to also be where it looks and it feels like nothing is happening. And that is going to be also a lot of that time coming when it's darker time now, when it's more holiday. And I know what you have warned me about, how you go back. That is why I kind of want to just maximize everything in the traction of learning and so on. And then I wonder too that after you have a 3,000 calorie, what don't you kind of crave to go and have it now? Or what is your feeling? Because if you're not hungry at all, that's actually a warning sign for me. So I need to know, how do you feel about, what are you thinking about food and now where's your interest and so on?
So I started with 4 meals and you had mentioned to me 2 a long time ago and I couldn't give up the 3rd one because I like knowing I had something to eat later. So it's always reassuring for me to know I have another meal. So I went from 4 to 3 and now I don't like 3 anymore. Now I'm getting to the point where by the time I had breakfast and then it was time for lunch, I wasn't quite hungry, but if I didn't eat, I'd be waiting way after the gym and then I'd be starving in between. So I would eat my lunch and then I'm a big fart bag by the time I go to the gym and I'm uncomfortable and I'm holding it in. I felt huge and so it's working for me now. I've been experimenting on my weekends and on my work from home day where I'm having.
No, I want to stop you here, okay? Because I know the fart life is just sucks. Because when you work in an area, you have to plan your fart foods, okay? So what you do then, this is my solution for everyone who has a job and wants to eat healthy and take care of your body and not have cancers. Because the food, the more you smell from the food, the better it is for your health. So it's really like, if you want to not have cancers, you have to just accept farts are part of healthy life and will never be gone. So that's just the way it is. And but we have to choose our priorities. Okay, so for instance, if you were to go out on a date and it's your first date, and this you would not eat cauliflower rice. Okay, don't.
Green
Unless
beans.
you want
Yeah.
to just practice the anus strength all your date, that is what to do. But I don't want you to do that because it's like it's in the action. Only kind of I have to hold. It's kind of take out. It's like, you can never relax. Imagine if there were going to be more of, let's say, the man or the woman goes and do exercise upstairs. Oh, how are you going to hold it then? Okay, so I would say this, Leah. You are right onto it because you're going to have the same way as I do. I know when I'm the most hungry, where I need to eat. For me, it's just at night. I love to eat in the morning because that motivates me. And I've tried to take away not having breakfast. That is not, like, my mind is like, you just lost your whole life quality. I'm just like, okay. So I want to wake up and have my heaven bowl. But then I can kind of just not eat the whole day because I know the more I can wait, I have a big dinner. And then I have my whole night to digest, and then that fuels my workouts in the morning. So it's perfect. It's like carb loading for that. And then I can have the windows open and Ram doesn't say anything. And if I have company, they know how to do it. And men are not that, they don't care. As long as you serve them, they don't care. Okay. So, I think that you're just gonna train yourself in knowing that you're gonna have popo, so you're not gonna start going back. You're gonna have all that stuff at night, and you have a protein shake to stay hydrated. I think that works out really well with you and your busy life and all the office. You don't have to meal prep. It makes life easier when you know what matters and what doesn't. With the carrot butter, just get your meals. Doesn't have to be 3, but chunk eat. You can eat one day, but then, you just have to know yourself and also know that if you get like, oh, I can't stand strong, I'm so hungry, I don't know what to do. That is just, hey, slap yourself in. Nobody died from not eating in a day. So kind of just be a little tougher on us, and we kind of do this. It's how you make your whole eating so easy.
I liked having the 2 meals at work because I felt like it kept me away from all the snacks and crap that's there. But now that I feel like that doesn't bother me anymore, and I'm used to just saying no, it's like a plant. I don't care. It doesn't attract me. I don't even think about it. So now, it doesn't make sense for me to have both meals at work. It makes sense for me to have a bigger breakfast at work, and instead of eating at 7, I'm eating at like 9:30 or 10. Then I just drink water and decaf and tea. And the girl suggested, drink your Fighterdiet greens. And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? Sometimes the obvious isn't obvious.
Yeah.
So I started drinking that to hold me while I'm at the gym. And then I have another pobo when I come home, and that makes me so happy. So the 3 was working for me, and then it wasn't. And now I love the 2.
And then here is where everyone understands why it works this way, is that when it was about prevent overeating by overeating, that was what Leah had to do in order to win that phase. Now she's so strong that it's no interest anymore. She has become, as in, now you can squat 100 pounds, you're going to squat 110 pounds. So that is how it is. It's the same, like when I walk by here, like for days, I could be on, just fasting or whatever, and still have pobo and keep my calorie budget at the end because I know myself and I know how to do it. But I could not do that in my early days. That is why we have Fighterdiet. If I knew this, I wouldn't have to invent it. So this is how it all evolves, and only by practice will you notice how easy it can be. Can you imagine then, Leah, if you were stuck on this meal plan delivery service until you die? Like having that in your freezer, always being stuck to that, it's like you don't even want to eat it, right?
The tiny little meals all the time. And also, I don't have time to eat 6 times a day.
No. And what more? It's like how you never, that is what I mean by, like it's almost like, foreplay and never get off over and over and over, never satisfied. Like that is the worst thing. A few days ago when I tried to I wanted to do a salad day. That was a salad day. When I'm just like, I'm going to do this because I haven't planned, and I'm going to do this and see if the body, blah, blah. And I felt so unsatisfied because it wasn't just filling. I have to preoccupy myself with everything here because I just need to be a pig glutton. And I just feel so happy. And I just like, I have made it the whole routine. Of course I want to do it every day. To wake up and then just have my dream body. And I'm very disciplined because I don't want to lose this privilege that I have made all by my discipline. So I'm just going to say that I'm so proud of you, Leah. I love hearing what you say here and everything. And just make sure that if it becomes tougher, don't try to be tough on your own, and don't ask other people in this group, I don't care who it is, don't ask them over me about that, because there's nobody who's going to give you my coaching. And I'm just saying that I want you to succeed and expedite it. So that is why I'm saying don't listen to anyone, because people have ideas about stuff that I just like, I could run over to you. That is how you get me stressed out and constipated, feel like I got like, I have to run to you, because it's so, sometimes someone just tells you just eat a little bit more, and that can just
yes. Oh, I hear that all the time. So when are you going to eat more? Because, you need to tweak your body. You need to eat like 6 pieces of pizza, and then the next day you'll see it's going to stop your body and you're going to lose weight.
Yeah. So here's another myth here. Nobody needs a cheat day. The body doesn't need a cheat day. The body does have no interest in cheat day and junk food. That is how the collective society has want us to think you have to. Because, of course, the whole world also wants the money, and we are gluttons and we love to eat. So it's like the police and the prisoner together. We're going to play the game. We're trying to be good. And then we just, no. And everyone loves to run on guilt. I don't. But that's how the world is. So it's really good to kind of know the game. It's the same thing with all other industries. It's like you scrap. Do you really want the drug war to stop? No, we just want to keep it up going, right? So it's the same thing here in diet culture.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that makes me feel good that you reach out to me ahead of time if you feel like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit, I'm not gonna make all my choices, and then you go from there. So we have that deal, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, thank you, Leah. Is there any other questions you have for me? Are you better at resting?
Yeah, that was another thing. And Michelle, Chef Michelle was the one that said too, like, you need to have at least one day, because I was going 7 days thinking if I spread it out for only an hour, it wasn't that bad. So now I definitely have such I
try that too.
now when I'm supposed to rest, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, does the gym miss me the way I miss the gym? So now I have definitely Sunday as my rest day, and Saturday would be optional depending on like my overall rest and how I feel. Then Saturday would be my extra cardio day. So even if I'm just walking my dog.
So you can actually, if you don't want to have like a weekly 7, you can have a rollover 8th day. Is your complete lay on the couch with your husband, watch movies. I need you all to kind of train. I don't mean you to be a homebody, couch body, but I need you to train to just be and not do. I need you to lay and just be lazy and love it. I need you to kind of just stop being busy all the time, because you've been trained into always do something, or you have no worth to live.
Yeah.
So try that.
That has been my exact struggle, because that's what I'm saying. I'm either on the phone in the community, or I'm looking at the app and I'm planning my new thing, or I'm at the gym and I don't know how to rest. Then if I'm on the couch, I'm like, okay, I need to do a load of laundry, or I could be mopping, I could be doing something productive. And
that's productive. You're doing laying down. Laying down is productive. That is what I want to do. And then you're not a meditator.
Not yet. That's one of those things that I keep saying I need to do.
Yeah. Okay. So since you listen to me, I'm just fortunate. You're going to start to meditate today. So 5-minute meditation, just that you can just Google it, but just sit and focus on your breath. And that's all. You can sit on a chair. Don't sit in this yoga. It will hurt your way too much.
I'm such a planner that in order for me to relax, I have to have that like on my calendar. Relax from this time to this time, or it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, exactly. Why do I journal? There's a reason why I tell you, hey, guys, take notes. Because if you don't take notes of what matters, you're just going to forget about it. That's how the human mind works. So sometimes I wonder, like, since I'm so dedicated to what I do, and I go into the group and I wonder, like, how can you not keep an eye? You say this is your dream, and you don't even, and then it's like you forget it. It's like, it's crazy. Like, if I had forgotten my American dream, where would I be then? All right, so Leah, your refeed this week, can you kind of check, because if it's too little of 500 to 1500, I just don't know how long that is going to be the way. So just keep me up to August. I just want to make sure that you have the same range and we get back from the 3000 to get into the rhythm. And then I want to see this kind of meditation, and also you're continuing with this new way of eating a little bit of different. But I want you to really work on the rest and not do laundry and not do anything, and tell your husband too to kind of keep you accountable for that.
We had a conversation about that yesterday, that he's proud of me and, keep going to the gym, keep eating your food. And he's like, but you're on the phone all the time. And then like, even on Sunday, I'm wanting to work out, I'm wanting to do something. And he was saying, I can see that you're going to get burnt out. So
Yeah.
to basically that I have to prioritize some rest as well.
And you know what happens when you get burnt out on training?
You don't want to do it anymore.
Well,
And he
more
said, I
like
know you. He goes, you're going to get super obsessed with it. And then you're going to get burnt out and you're going to go F this. And you're going to, you take 2 weeks off or 3 weeks off and do it.
I felt like you said something almost, but then you stopped yourself. What did you say usually happens when the training isn't going, when you're just too tired? What usually that ends up happening?
I get burnt out.
Yeah, but when you got burnt up in the past, what did you do then? Usually,
you stop everything. You go
you
kind of the opposite.
You start to eat up everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it has nothing to do with training, because you're so, okay, good. So that is what I don't want to happen, because that is how overwhelmingness becomes. And then the cheat day mentality, having done that in the past, and that's you back to it. And then you feel like, why do you do it? And now you have to spend weeks on processing it. And then we also know it does not matter if, let's say, you just jump on the scale to see, oh, I made it, because fat accumulation happens over days. So you're still going to end up there. Even though you got away scale after a few days, like, why am I fatter now? That's why I'm telling you that, guys, you can't just check out from your conscience. You have to be aware, because your body's designed to always fatten up if there's a chance. Do you know that, guys?
Yeah.
All right, Leah, thank you so much for all that. I want to make sure that thank you so much, Leah. Really good stuff. Because this, I feel, is so helpful for the beginners who do the POBO to understand the refeed, like why it works this way and what to think about that. So, Michelle, I just want to make sure that with the refeeds and so on, with the menu, if people are too scared of eating that one, we all have this kind of policy that you can eat regular day and just add more of it, 500 calories. So you can double your heaven bowl. You can double whatever you plan there ahead. So I'm just going to put you on, how do I do that?
You want me to mute me? You want me to mute myself?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can do it.
I just mute you.
Okay.
No. Oh, I don't know how to do it. Maybe I messed up.
I'll keep trying. Go ahead. I won't talk.
Okay. So if you don't want to do the refeed menu and just eat what you've already been doing, that's 100% okay. The most important thing I think about refeed is that if you don't learn how to enjoy in moderation, which is the practice we start, you're going to end up doing an all or nothing and cheat day. You're going to fall for the same thing, which everyone does. You're trying to be so strong, and then one moment you can't anymore. And that is what everyone is doing. And then the thing is that you're always going to regain fat faster than you lost it. So it's very important when you practice refeed, understand this is a practice that you need to allow time to do. So no matter what, it's pretty much like this. As long as you stick to Fighterdiet foods, you can't really mess up. Because that way, if you simply choose, I'm going to just focus on nutrition and eat everything within this and not go to your fast food, your kryptonite, because that is how you're never going to be able to eat up and feel satisfied. You're never going to have that, oh, I'm full, the stuffed feeling that you need, because that feeling stops all the hunger pangs, stops the stress. And it's just like, hey, all of a sudden you feel like you're just happy. You need to know that, so you feel how stretching out the stomach momentarily with food helps you stay strong if you can learn. That is what we are doing with the refeed and why it matters. And the best way to kind of enjoy more calorie-rich food that is smaller in volume, like a typical indulgence or a treat meal or refeed, is to do it like this. First, eat a big po bowl, like prevent overeating by overeating, the huge bowl that stuffs you. And if you're like Michelle, it's going to be smaller volume. For me, it's going to be huge. After you have done that step, now you're going to be in the best situation, best position to actually succeed. Because what happens, if you don't know, is that after you have resisted to not eat what you love to eat, but you've been waiting, you have made it into the biggest sensation, ecstasy moment ever coming. Because that is what your body wants, so you remember how delicious it is and then go back and keep eating it. That's the whole plan. It's because your body wants you to live and enjoy. Oh, fast food, that's the easy way to fatten her up so she can live. So you have to learn this, and that's what you do. So if you first understand, the only thing that goes wrong with cheat day is people overdo it. They eat too much because they want to do it and then kind of just hope that you're never going to do it again. And then we are just teaching you to do it in a responsible way so you can actually foresee when you're going to be able to indulge. So you see, you're not going to get, you're not going to lose what you love. You're not going to, it's the fears you have that makes you not want to do it, is that you believe you're not going to have what you love to eat, that is unhealthy or not. And that scares you so much that you don't even want to practice, because in your mind, deep down, you believe if you learn this, you're never gonna get to have what you want. And what you want is the junk that you know on a rational level isn't gonna be in your life, but you still hold on to the hope that one day you're gonna be able to eat it all and get away. And as long as you hold on to that premise that is there somewhere in the universe, you're gonna keep on buying another diet after another, Ozempic, weight loss, keto, fasting, and nobody gets anywhere out of it. Just lose everything and don't even remember. So that's how it is. Okay, guys. So I've said what I want to do about the popo and stuff. Elisa, I want to explain to you what I meant by clean eating. Okay, so Elisa loves clean eating. She asked me, why don't I consider Fighterdiet clean? And the number one reason for that is because people use clean eating as a way to explain how to get lean. And it doesn't work, because clean doesn't mean anything in getting lean. It doesn't mean anything is calorie budget. It doesn't mean that you're gonna lose fat. The only reason why people love to say clean, that it makes you think you don't eat any junk food. Yeah, I agree. Of course, healthy food. But if you become so almost like you believe all the preservatives, artificial flavors, artificial chemical, everything is like bad and wrong and gonna kill you, you're living in diapers, in my opinion, because I love my artificials. I love my Diet Coke now and once in a while. I don't want to live my life as in, if I do everything according to health, I'm gonna live until forever and never die. And I also never gonna have a disease if I eat everything perfectly. I don't want to have that. So that's what I meant, Alyssa. So I just said that you need, if this is what makes you happy and you do this, yeah, it's Fighterdiet, but don't sell it as a clean eating, because that is like you going against, that is a whole concept that I just have already ridiculed, because I never got lean with clean eating. And the first time that I got into clean eating, and I thought, oh, this is great because I love my food, so as long as I can eat. And I had my brown rice and my salmon and my peas, I just got fat because I love eating. And I mean, I'm sorry, but even healthy food is going to make you fat if it's beyond what you can eat. So that was what I meant. Does it make sense, Alyssa? Okay, great. All right, do we have anyone who has a question? Now is the time, because 12 minutes. Pablo, you got a question?
No, I'm very happy that you brought up the stuff about my chicken legs. Thank you very much.
Okay, Alyssa has a question.
Okay, so talking about artificial sweeteners, I know that recipes always call for erythritol. So what is the difference between Swerve and erythritol, and there's another one?
Okay, I see what you mean there. Okay, erythritol is the ingredients that is what Swerve is a brand version of. So erythritol is a sugar alcohol that is natural in some foods and so on, and they have them make it into an extract. Swerve is the brand that makes a kind of a mix with erythritol in it, and then some probiotic and stuff. That is why. And then we have, some have glycerin in it, which is going to increase calories from that. So then if you consider it a free food, you might kind of, wait, is it? It's up to each one to kind of see what do you count, what do you don't. I like to keep everything as little count as possible, because I like to get away with everything I can. I will always be the devil's advocate, trying to get away and be so sneaky, right? Isn't it funny? It's like I'm so disciplined, but at the same time, like my whole life is about how to hack my way through fitness life, right? Like find out what I can do to keep eating big, because that's all. So that is a difference. And for you, do you take erythritol Swerve then? Because for me, that would be, how can that be clean then?
I know. Well, so so I do use erythritol. I just started using Swerve, but I am a big Splenda user, so I feel like I can use 1 pack of Splenda, but then when I go to
Splenda is okay for you, and you say clean eating, but you said no artificials. That's 100% artificial.
oh yeah, no, yeah.
You
I
are
do use that.
So you see what I mean? You
Yeah.
are just using a term and you don't even know what you're talking about. So your life is going to just be much easier.
It is going to be easier. So Splenda is okay to use. I do not have.
Yes, I'm going to say, okay, Alyssa, this is awesome. Okay, because you know how I love sweets, but then I took away the sugar. And trust me, when people say, oh, you're going to have like a detox, a cleanse, like, no, I got my pimple breakout after I took that away. So it wasn't that. I'm sorry, honey. You're not going to have your myth about how it was toxic sugar, right? I'm going to show you that my affinity for sugar has been met. This is disgusting. Let me get it. Oh, now my bladder's almost full. Okay, we're almost done. Okay.
Alyssa, while Pauline's grabbing whatever she's grabbing, a recipe will call for different 0-calorie sugar-free sweeteners. You can replace it with whatever 0-calorie sugar-free sweetener you choose. Sometimes the recipe uses brown erythritol, which affect the taste, but not that much.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, so Alyssa, so here's everyone. Okay, so I bought this one because I thought, and here's the thing. Back in the days, I would be concerned about the glycerin and the molasses in this. I would make it into being one of those things I would kind of, I have to count it when my body wasn't doing what I wanted. But it wasn't that. It was always the protein bars, the sushi that I kind of glorified and ate as a refeed. It wasn't refeed, that was cheat day. I mean, sushi rolls and the protein bars, yeah, I can definitely justify. So anyway, that would be then, after that, noticing the body. But then I would like not register that, just deny that. And then make this the scapegoat. Yeah, it must be that. So I know all about that. So that's what I'm saying now. All you guys, use this, don't count it until you notice. And then after that, ask yourself, hey, am I just an idiot because I know what I ate, but I'm going to claim it's a little scapegoat here that's going to make my story feel good? So anyway, so here we have this. So I don't count this personally, so you just know this. But this one, I couldn't handle it. It's too strong, and that's me. Can you imagine? I'm like, I got this. I got it. This one is disgusting. You might hate it. It's way too much. It's like so strong.
Brown?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can probably take it, but they came out with this, and they have. Yeah, definitely the first time I couldn't get up there. And this has erythritol, allulose. Allulose is just another sugar I call the same. Okay. Molasses and glycerin. So anyway, guys, this is the policy for July. If you're in my coaching right now, any of this will not be a problem. Just use it. I don't care. You're not going to be fat from this. This is not the problem because you are not eating that much of that. And it was not what caused you to gain all the weight. So we just have to keep it simple and enjoy life now with simplicity. Can we agree on this today? Because I think that's cool. Okay. Bicep gun. Michelle. Oh, there. Oh, hey, you got to shoot me down. Okay, great. Okay, good. So Pavel, you have that one now. So, okay, good. All right. Do we have any last, Elise, what's the new drama with you? Yeah, do you have something?
What are you trying to say?
No, I was asking, do you need anything? Can I do anything to make you happy today?
I'm having a great week.
Oh, you're having a great week?
I'm having a great week.
All right, then just enjoy it as long as it lasts.
Yep.
It's 2 days left? I'm sorry. It's just like, okay. Yeah, do we have anyone? Krista has raised a hand. Yes, where is she? Open queue, I don't know how to do it.
Sorry.
Hey,
okay,
Krista.
so I do have a question. Hi.
Hello.
So I used to work out, like, I'm a morning person. So I used to work out at 4:45 in the mornings, but since I've gone through like my surgery and all of that, I can't do it anymore in the morning time. So I do my meal preps and then I go to work, and throughout the day I get super tired. I convince myself, I'm like, when I get off work, I'm going home, I'm changing my clothes, I'm getting in the garage, I'm doing my workout. But by the time I get through traffic, get home and everything, I'm exhausted. And so it's like I feel like I'm just lying to myself. So then I started going after work, not even going home. I've been going to Hot Works, and they have like in the back where you can do the free weights and everything there, and then cardio. And so that works out better. I get it done. But it's my energy level that I'm struggling with. And a lot of my questions were answered through the conversations that we just had. But if I switched to 2 meals, and did like a big breakfast and then had my other meal before my workout, I don't want to feel too full while I'm working out. So if I did like, I don't know, it's like I'm struggling with knowing.
Listen.
Yeah.
You're going to train your body to be better at burning fat as fuel. You do that by simply doing fighter diet. That means your body's going to rely more on fat, and that's going to fuel you. But here's a really good important to know, that it's very easy to believe in the state of your mind that you're tired before you start working out. That's why I'm telling you, just go with me. Do whatever workout that I have here just to get going, and then start taking off. Because me too. I don't want to work out. I'm so tired. I work with you all guys all along, and then I'm like, I have nothing. And then I have to propel myself up, and I know how to do it, but I have the same exhaustion. So just think about, get 3 minutes of cardio, and then you're going to wake up. It's the way, because your adrenals make that alert work thing. So it's just, that's why you do just some cardio, do a workout, and then get started. So that's how you can do. But yeah, you got to know when you're the most motivated to do your training, because if you put it last, that just shows, you're not that strong for your dream, and you're just going to kind of back out of it.
So I 100% agree. With my schedule with work and everything, if I work out and then get home, it's like 7:30, almost 8 o'clock, and I don't want to eat. And so I feel like if I need to get my food in, like I need to get it in before I work out. But it's like I don't want to feel super full, so it's like I don't even know when to have that.
Wait, why don't you want to eat at night?
Well, that late, like right before I go to bed. I don't know. It's different. It's like I have
you believe the myth that you're gonna be fat because after 6 p.m.?
No. That's not it. It's just I guess I'm not in the mood to eat, especially after working out. It's like I don't even want to eat. Like I can do something small, like
yeah. Okay, so here's the thing, Krista. You have to understand the difference between eating something versus meeting a calorie budget versus you don't have to eat big. I understand. You can just have a protein shake, and you could have a small breakfast, but for dinner instead. That's not the problem. You have to eat before, after weight training or training. So, but that can be a protein shake with Greek yogurt, as long as the calorie budget stays, so it's not too little. Because it's not, you don't have the luck. It's like right now when training and getting strong, you cannot do, I'm not in the mood. It's no different than someone who wants to lose fat has to just, okay, you want to eat, yeah, but you still have to not. Because you have a goal, and it doesn't matter what your mood is. So you it might be also, I know that when you notice you're getting leaner, you're going to want to eat no matter what. So you have to kind of get into the rhythm of, I have to eat, otherwise you're just going to kind of be skinny fat and not gain muscle, right?
Right.
So
okay, it's just a...
But how do you train? Do you train with me, or do you train via the book? Because that's going to differ how you do the energy too. So what version are you training?
So,
book or video?
A lot of different versions I've done.
Okay, Krista, we are just 1 minute,
yeah.
And I'm like real tap. So I just want to know, are you doing Uscreen, or are you doing the ebook?
It's random. I'm doing my own that I've done in the past.
So here we go.
And also
stop that. Okay,
I know.
If you want help with the training, stop alone work and follow along. You're gonna do that because that is how you get into it. You are just gonna be like, if I go to a body shop for the car and gonna work it, I'm never gonna get out of there. I'm never gonna have a car I can ride. So that is for you to understand why people have trainers. You follow trainers for a reason. They know it better than you do. You need a help. You need a push. You need a leader. That's why I do it. So you try that.
I will say that Uscreen, I absolutely love it. But what I struggled with is knowing like how to stack the workouts. And I've looked at a lot of Michelle's messages and stuff in our group, and she doesn't know this, but she kind of got me on board with how to schedule like my week. And so I've built a spreadsheet and I'm going off of that now.
Okay, great. So just so you know, my ambition here is that if there's limited of, let's say, storage on the user group right now, but I'm building it up and how to do it. But what I want to do is playlists that are like I create for right now, for instance, I have themed for beginners because I noticed like I need beginners. I need to slow myself down to have these routines because otherwise people can never do it. So I know I have that list and so I want to make a list and then people can buy into that one. Here you have your videos. So that is what I'm building is off. But I need everyone to be subscribing to keep on doing that because I cannot sit and pick out things for everyone because it's like I'm not paying for that. I'm not charging for that.
Right.
So I just want you to know that if you try one workout, you don't have to mix and plan. I can kill you in one workout. Don't worry. So you're going to get, if you're going to have beginners workouts and you just commit to one with me, stop playing together. Forget about what the whole group is doing. Just do 1 10-minute session. Can you do that for 2 weeks this weekend and just focus on nutrition, the rest, and cardio? Just do that. 10 minutes. That feels better and not as overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, I need to go. This was a great conversation. I'm so proud of you. Now stay strong with the weekend and reach out to the group and make sure now you notice how people's human nature is like this. Everyone loves to be strong on Friday. And then it's like almost like crickets over the weekend. And then a lot of confession booths on Monday where everyone says, oh, I didn't really do it. That sucks. But wait. And then all of a sudden it's like, but you didn't come out here and reach out. You didn't want to be strong. No, you wanted to eat first. That you're going to notice. Everyone over and over. It's ridiculous, hilarious. And people are like, I'm so frustrated. I'm not getting anywhere. Yeah, I would be fat too if I still did what I did like that. Okay, Pavel, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have a new one in 2 weeks, the 28th. We'll have a new Fighterdiet Academy like this. So please help us spread this in the group, and I'll repost this in the group too. But it helps if you guys spread it like with your posts. Yes. We do think it's very helpful for everyone to join and hear Pauline in person like this and be able to ask questions.
And I'm doing this as an complimentary gift for you in the FD8 because I want this to be the theme. I want it to be every other week in FD8. We have this academy 1 hour on the Friday like that or whatever we have time. So everyone can come in and have continuous education. This is what we need. So that is what I want. And I need you all to kind of promote it to your friends so I can be around for you guys here. So when you post there, you matter, each one. If you have one friend who's unhealthy, dude, make them happy, make me happy, keep me around, let them in, just share. Like that's all I'm at. Sometimes I wonder if you think that you're not worth it, do you see your worth? You are all ambassadors for what I do. And I'm like, hey, you sit on all your friends. They're going to die soon if you don't help them. So come on and do it. So yeah, thank you.
I just want to say thank you so much, Crystal, for asking your questions. And thank you so much, Leah, for asking your questions. Really, you guys help a lot of other people by being honest and, daring to ask your questions. So thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. And I'll be back on Monday. And remember now that, if you're struggling, just remember this, that is supposed to be. It is the way. If it was easy, we wouldn't have Fighterdiet. We wouldn't have me. I am only so strong because there was no other option for me. So that is good to know that I had a huge appetite. I didn't have a lean body. I didn't even know if I had talent to build muscle. I still made it happen. So trust in yourself and just believe a little bit and stop listening to everyone who tells you that this is not going to be doable. Like screw everyone else who said you can't do it because they don't know. And that's it, right? You raised your hand, Crystal. Did you say?
No.
Okay. And Elisa, thank you so much. Okay. Adios, guys. You're all rock stars. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Adios. Bye.